Our government has been working hard in this Parliament. We have an ambitious agenda to build Canada strong. And from the start, we've made it very clear we want to work collaboratively with other parties in the House. We do not want to play silly partisan games that waste the time and the money of taxpayers in this place. We want to work together to achieve big things for the Canadians we all represent. That hasn't changed. La composition du Parlement a changé au cours de la dernière année. Nous avons d'abord commencé avec un Parlement minoritaire, puis celui-ci est devenu majoritaire. Malgré toutes les tentatives des conservateurs de le nier ou de lancer des attaques personnelles contre d'anciens membres de leur caucus qui ont choisi une autre façon de représenter leurs électeurs, c'est un fait indéniable que le Parti libéral détient maintenant une majorité à la Chambre des communes. Liberals now have a majority in the House of Commons. In Parliament, there is a long-standing principle. A party that has the majority of seats in the House also has a majority in committees. This is at the core of our Westminster system of government. For that reason, I have given notice of a motion to be considered in the House in the coming days that will reflect this principle. Donc hier, j'ai donné un avis d'une motion qui sera étudiée à la Chambre dans les prochains jours et qui reflète un principe de longue date que personne ne peut nier. Un parti qui détient la majorité des sièges à la Chambre détient aussi la majorité au sein des comités. Les Canadiens ont été clairs au cours de la dernière année. Ils veulent des parlementaires capables de travailler ensemble et de mener des débats sérieux et constructifs pour relever les nombreux défis qui se présentent à nous, et non des querelles partisanes. The Prime Minister has been clear. He expects to see a Parliament that delivers results for Canadians, and he expects Liberal MPs to work collaboratively with their colleagues on all sides of the House. We need to move forward with a House of Commons that works together on the many challenges of our times. That's what our constituents expect. And we need to move ahead with committees that work hard to closely scrutinize legislation, to make it better, while also holding public hearings on a range of crucial policies where Canadians are demanding solutions. That's what I will be looking for as we engage in this debate and vote on the motion that I will bring forward. Merci beaucoup.
Monsieur MacKinnon, vous parlez de silly games. Les conservateurs vous répondraient que, par exemple, au comité, je pense, de l'éthique, il y a eu du filibuster éternellement pour empêcher M. Champagne de venir témoigner. Bon, ça s'est réglé, mais est-ce que vraiment, c'est vraiment juste l'opposition qui fait ce genre de filibuster-là? Mais
ça s'est réglé, mais reculons. M. Champagne a fait preuve d'une rigueur et d'une transparence, je pense, qui a été même... Si je ne m'abuse, le commissaire à l'éthique a même reconnu qu'il a été au-delà de ce qu'il aurait dû.
Il aurait pu juste venir l'expliquer. Pourquoi faire un filibuster? C'est ça ma question.
C'est l'acharnement des conservateurs. Les Canadiens s'attendent non à des attaques très partisanes et très personnelles à l'endroit d'un de nos ministres seniors, mais plutôt à un débat honnête. Oui, débat, il doit y avoir. Divergence, il va y en avoir. Mais l'acharnement, surtout lorsqu'ils ont entre leurs mains toutes les réponses à toutes les questions qu'ils ont soulevées, ça, c'est un abus.
So does that mean that the vision is that filibusters are only good if you believe the principle you're defending is good, but if it's the opposition, then it's bad?
No, that's not what I just said.
That sounds
what I just said is that in the case that Hélène asked about, the Minister of Finance went above and beyond, and the Ethics Commissioner, in fact, recognized that the Minister had done things that even were not required under the circumstances.
So then run away from committee to explain that?
Because this felt like a deeply partisan and vexatious series of attacks on the finance minister that were completely unwarranted.
Les gens voient ça et c'est des courriels qu'on reçoit. Ils nous disent que les libéraux changent les règles pour pouvoir faire des magouilles, pour pas être avoir le regard des oppositions, pour s'en sauver. Vous dites quoi à ces gens-là?
Je dis que le Parlement va fonctionner comme il a toujours fonctionné, le reflet de la population, le reflet de comment la population est représentée, et les comités vont pouvoir faire leur travail. De surcroît, le premier ministre nous demande de faire des bouchées doubles afin d'inclure les oppositions, afin de tendre la main pour faire preuve d'une grande souplesse, d'une ouverture aux idées, et de la possibilité de unifier derrière une idée ou une autre, unifier le Parlement derrière les grandes initiatives que nous devrons prendre.
You're giving yourself about 60% of the seats on committee, even though the majority is just over 50%. Why the boost to 12 seats on the committee, and why are you taking 7?
Well, to be perfectly candid with that, there were basically two options available to us. The first, and the one we selected, was one that did not diminish the number of Conservatives on committees, and respect the principle that while the Speaker doesn't regularly break ties in the chamber, therefore the chairs of committees should not be required to break ties either all the time.
Are you prepared to negotiate any aspects of this with the opposition, or is this a done deal as far as you're concerned? Are you prepared
We'll
to talk
debate this
about
in the House of Commons, and if it passes, it will become part of the standing order.
Je comprends, M. MacKinnon, à ce moment-là, que vous n'avez pas présenté cette proposition-là au parti d'opposition avant de le faire devant tout le monde. Donc, vous n'avez pas l'assentiment de tout le monde, là.
J'ai été très transparent la semaine dernière quant à nos intentions, et nous avons reçu immédiatement la réponse, à tout le moins du Parti conservateur, qui a nié même la possibilité que l'on procède avec de tels changements. Donc, je me suis dit, il n'y avait pas grande ouverture.
Est-ce que vous ne comprenez pas d'une certaine façon la position des conservateurs? C'est-à-dire, ce qu'eux disent au début du Parlement, voici quelle était la composition de la Chambre. Alors, on devrait continuer jusqu'à la fin du Parlement avec cette même composition de comité. Et, si vous me permettez, juste une petite parenthèse, au bureau de la Régie interne, vous avez donné plus de financement au NPD en disant, à partir de l'élection et non pas la composition de la Chambre. Pourquoi vous ne comprenez pas ce que les conservateurs disent, c'est-à-dire la Chambre a été élue comme ça, les comités devraient rester tels quels?
Bien, ton dernier exemple, c'est un peu la preuve qu'on entend être conciliateur là où c'est possible d'être conciliateur. Mais M. Noël, il n'y a aucune évidence dans l'histoire du Parlement qu'un parti qui a une majorité des élus n'a pas la majorité au sein des instances de la Chambre des communes.
On ne peut pas dire ça comme ça, là.
Ben, écoutez, il n'y a pas. Je mets au défi. J'ai mis au défi M. Scheer de me donner un exemple qui sous-tend son affirmation que l'on devrait se fier aux résultats stricts des dernières élections. Il n'a pas pu.
In the standing orders, that the committee structure would stand for the duration of this Parliament. Why are you changing that now?
That was, we do that in every parliament. That's a routine matter. The circumstances have changed.
How is this not a power grab?
The long-standing principle, our democracy is built on the pillars of the House of Commons being reflected in all of the institutions of Parliament, and notably House committees.
But the whole point is to slow things down, right? So why do you need to speed things up now?
The whole point of what is
The whole point of Parliament is to slow things down, to examine legislation, to hold the government to account, and you're going to speed things through committee. You're going to push them through committee now.
Well, that's an assumption on your part. I just finished saying that the Prime Minister expects us to work with opposition parties. The Prime Minister expects us to gather evidence, to hear witnesses, to hold public hearings, to work collaboratively with other parties and with Canadians as we take on the major challenges of our time. And that's what we intend to do.
Juste une petite question sur les relations commerciales avec les États-Unis. Est-ce que c'est acceptable à vos yeux que les Américains exigent des concessions avant même que l'on s'assoie pour négocier et reviser la CE?
Je vais laisser M. Leblanc commenter ça.
Sur le processus, donc vous déposez cette motion. Quand est-ce que ça va avoir lieu, ce débat? Et peut-on imaginer qu'il y aura sûrement du filibuster de la part de l'opposition, que vous ayez un bâillon, par exemple?
Bien, tout est possible. Ça aura lieu dans les prochains jours, tel que j'ai indiqué dans mon discours. Donc, ça aura lieu d'ici peu.
Mais est-ce que vous pourriez donc mettre un terme au débat pour faire en sorte que ça passe? Est-ce que c'est
Il est
une chose-
possible qu'on ait à faire ça.
Expect your new MPs to be sworn in and actually be in the House for this vote.
Good question. We don't have 100% clarity on that. There is a procedure, as you know, that involves Elections Canada and transmitting the results to the Speaker. When we get 100% clarity on that, we'll let you know.
There's been a lot of grumbling within your caucus and within various offices in your government about frustrations about slowness at the Senate. You've made this move at the House of Commons. Obviously, you don't control the Senate, but I'm curious, what moves are you considering as a government to, I don't know if it's improve collaboration with the Senate, improve speed of legislation moving through the Senate, or even maybe creating a caucus in Senate?
I don't share that view of the Senate. I have had extremely productive discussions with the leaders of the groups in the Senate. Obviously, I work very, very closely with Pierre Moreau, who I value very highly as a colleague and who is, in my view, doing a fantastic job in the Senate. The Senate's doing its job, and we'll keep cooperating with senators to ensure that they have everything they need to consider legislation as it comes.
Now, you got a majority with the other parties before you decided to table a motion to change committee makeups?
As I think I indicated to Mr. Noel, when I last week indicated that we would be proceeding in this manner and was met with a very public refusal by the Conservatives, notably, to meet our position on this matter, if I could put it that way. We concluded that it would be best to proceed. We obviously gave them advance notice of this occurring.
Majority, are you still trying to get floor crossers to come over to the Conservatives, to your party?
Look, I can only respond to that what I've always responded, which is that there are Conservatives whose constituents continue to urge them to be a positive part of solutions for Canada, to endorse some of the policies of this government, or maybe even all of the policies of this government, in ways that they do not see emanating from the leadership of the Conservative Party. So those Conservatives, in various ways, let that be known around here, and so I can tell you that yes, there are Conservative MPs who are unhappy with the way their party is currently managing the debate on issues in this Parliament. But as for whether any of them make that further decision, they'll leave that to them.
There's still an active recruitment process on behalf of cabinet ministers and other MPs to try and get Conservatives to come over?
Well, that's not what I said.
We've seen that happen on multiple occasions with different MPs.
Well, I think calling anything recruitment is a bit of a misnomer. I think
Cabinet ministers texting Conservatives asking to come over to the dark side. That seems like recruitment.
I think that when a member makes the very serious and solemn decision to change parties, that is because it is they who have come to certain conclusions.
Juste par rapport à la consultation, vous dites la réponse des conservateurs a été assez évidente la semaine dernière, mais aviez-vous parlé au Bloc québécois aussi?
Non, non plus.
Non?
Non.
Donc, vous savez pas...
Ben après que l'opposition officielle affirme ne pas même accepter la prémisse, je ne pense pas qu'il y ait lieu de procéder aux autres oppositions. Là.
Mr. Scheer has said that.
Est-ce qu'il devrait être bilingue, selon vous, le secteur de solution?
Absolument, oui. Oui. Bilingue ou apte à devenir bilingue, oui.
Okay, sorry. Mr. Scheer has said in the past that a motion of this kind goes against the convention and the spirit of the discussions on such agreements.
I'm sorry, who said this?
Mr. Scheer, Andrew Scheer.
Yeah. This is what he said last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is what he said last week. What do you have to say to that now that we have this motion that will be tabled?
Well, again, I think that flies in the face of parliamentary tradition, convention, precedent, and I've challenged Conservatives to come up with anything that supports that position, and they don't seem to be able to come up with anything.
Just out of curiosity, are there changes now that you have a majority? Would you, for example, consider reneging on previous deals, C9 for example? Would you consider now re-amending C9 and reinserting the religious exemption clause that's become so contentious now that you don't need bloc support?
No, it's not our intention to come back on decisions that have been made.
Mais comme par exemple C2, le Post Canada par exemple.
It's not our intention to go back on decisions that have been made in this Parliament. Yeah.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Merci.